Did anyone say they're a 10 on here?
Yeah.
Money and
You
big
would.
labias.
Yeah, I think that there has legitimately been women on the Whatever podcast who have been on par with some of the most beautiful women in the world.
Sure.
Of course. There have been at least one, Brian. There has to be at least one.
Erroneous.
You're being a bit charitable, Andrew, but
Okay.
I'll allow it.
But they, have been on par with that.
So if they say 10,
but-
you wouldn't like argue with
No,
them?
or I would say, okay,
Okay.
maybe a 9 or maybe an 8.
Sure.
You
We've
know
had some
what I mean?
8s.
We've had some
We've
8s.
had some 8s.
Right, Brian's going to
9's
be
pushing it.
Brian's going to be a little less charitable than me. But the point is like whether or not he's charitable and I'm not charitable. The point is that these kind of bold claims that very average-looking women make about being 10s. It's very clear that they're just average-looking. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm a makeup artist. I work with a lot of beautiful women. Miss Universe, I don't know, models, and Miss Universe said 6 level, 5, not 10.
Yeah.
All thought that they're 10, but they thought that no, I'm just a 6. My grandma every time says you're the best. I remember everything. Yeah, you are. For my grandma, for my parents, I'm the most beautiful woman in this world. You understand?
You mean it's subjective?
So what do you guys would consider a 10? If you give me an example, a celebrity, who's a 10 to you?
If I had to pick one who was like way up there, I would say that the chick who played, I think I've said this before, who played Lagatha in Vikings, I'd say she's like at least an 8 or a 9. You know what I mean? So I'd say that she would be on par with some of the more beautiful women in the world that I've seen. Something like this. I don't think, but here's the thing, right? I think it is disputable. I think there's a lot of men, even right now in the audience, who are like, not her, not. But nobody's going to say she's less than a 5. They're not going to say she's not at least average. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to say that. And so I was like, there's some standard here then. There's something here. So that's kind of the point, right?
Everybody has a preference. Like, whatever you like is what you like.
Hang on. No, it's not just a preference. It moves beyond preference because nobody's going to say that chick's less than a 5.
You're sure?
No, yeah. No, well, not if they're being honest. There's not, I mean, maybe there's like 3 men, right? Or 4 men. But most men, overwhelmingly, are not going to say that she's at least not average. And so there's this pointing to some kind of universal. There's some kind of universal standard which is held. And it's like, and what I think is that everybody's kind of trained that average is bad. Or normal is bad, or average is bad, or regular is bad. And it's like, not everyone's going to be a knockout. There's a reason they're exceptional, right?
You could decline to answer this, but would you rate your wife a 10?
No, she wouldn't rate herself a 10.
Okay.
But if
No, I
you
mean
ask,
in your opinion, like, you know what I mean?
What about you, Brian?
No, she's
Did you
40.
pick who- what
She's
celebrity you think
43
is a
years
10?
old.
Brian,
Has
all
had
the-
5
all
children.
the qualities
What should I
of
rate
what
her?
she's-
Honestly.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, all right, day 1 of meeting her, did you not go into it thinking she was a 10? Like when you like.
No,
first,
I didn't think she was a 10. I thought that she was like when the first time I met her.
Sure.
Yeah, I thought that she was at least a 7 or an 8. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's true. But years later, I love her more than I ever have.
Of
but
course.
There's a physical standard.
Right.
And it's like, let's not be fucking ridiculous here. You know what I mean? Do you think that I look as good? You could pull up a picture of me right now.
Young
Of me when I was younger. I clearly don't look the same. It's not even in the same universe.
You kind of look like Ben Stiller a little bit.
Right? But it's not even in the same universe. Do I have the expectation that as I get older, I'm just going to grow more handsome, or have the expectation that a woman I'm growing old with thinks that? That's just self-delusion, right?
So what about with all your experience, real life experience, you develop charisma with your confidence, with your wisdom, and it really
but
projects.
I think that you're right in this sense. I think that you're right that all of those traits and characteristics can definitely put together a package which people could find more or less attractive. But that really doesn't have anything to do with the standard of physical beauty. And that's what we're talking about, is physical attractiveness itself. You know what I mean? You can have charisma, and maybe that'll offset some of that, like a tiny amount of it. But the physical attractiveness level of you, the person, I don't think it changes that much.
Well, women would feel somewhat different because for when they are looking at the man, it is not just the physical looks. When he opens the mouth, how he carries himself, and everything that
Okay,
changes
but
how they view him.
Got it. Okay, so your husband tomorrow, right? He gained 300 pounds. Are you more or less attracted?
I know him who is he's
Yeah,
a person.
that's not my question. Are you more or less attracted?
My
physically?
husband will not get.
Yeah, I
300
know,
pounds.
but if he did, right? If he gained 200 pounds tomorrow, right? Would you be more or less physically attracted to him? Honestly.
I really cannot answer you this question because I cannot imagine him gaining 200 pounds.
I can answer it because it's happened to me. If you want an actual answer, in the 10 years I was with my
Call yourself
ex-husband.
a dating cope, not dating.
We'll talk about it.
No,
I'm
my
thinking, I'm
ex-husband
processing.
went from being really big to very, very skinny, and I was completely unattracted. And I told him, I said, that skinniness is like not doing it.
You
for me."
wanted him to be fatter?
Yeah. I don't want to ride hip bones, bro. Like that's not it for me. So
But he's just getting healthier.
not necessarily getting from being fit to being sucked up.
You still haven't.
That's
answered
not healthier.
what celebrity-
I'll answer. Yeah.
You mean bigger in the
So,
sense if
okay,
he was
moving
muscular or
things on.
fat?
No, my man was fat at one point.
You got okay. Hold on. Let me fix people's mics here for a sec. Scoot your mic this way a little bit. Scoot it to the very edge of the table. Scoot your mic this way. You got to speak into the mic when you're talking. All right.
Okay.
And then can you tilt your microphone down, please? So to answer your question, first off, there is no 10. No women are 10s. No men are 10s. Doesn't exist. 10 is perfect. Nobody's a 10. I can't actually think, honestly, of like a famous person that just comes to mind that I think this person is insanely attractive. Normally, these are like these people that you'll see in photos that you don't know their name. They're just models or no names. I think the most famous models, they're typically not even the most attractive. So it's very difficult for me to actually, there's women who I've seen who I think are 9s, but they're typically no-name people. So it's hard for me to point to who they are. But NAS in LA, he does say, thank you for the super chat, man. Really appreciate it. He says, Ana de Armas is a 10, I think, or very attractive. So
I have
that
a
is-
second question to like say when somebody after they rate themselves. Like if I feel like if anyone's ever used Facetune or any sort of Photoshop, then they don't think they're a 10. Like point blank. Because they're fixing a feature on themselves because it's not perfect.
What about if they just wear makeup? They're not a 10.
I could see that, yeah.
Or they
How do you
have
make
plastic,
it
or they have plastic surgery, or something like that.
Well, that's where I was going at with the whole me saying 2, because not to be judgmental, but looking around the room, almost everyone has a boob job. Has
Everybody.
not
hold on.
almost. I said almost.
Wait, show of hands. Who's got boob job?
Okay.
You got boob job.
Yeah.
Okay, you got boob job. Okay,
Yes,
that's not,
I did
that's
for
like
my
half.
husband.
Okay.
That's
How
just
about
half.
how
I
about
did for my
how about
husband, not for myself.
lip filler? Raise your hand.
Lip
Who
filler.
has who does Botox and lip
Lip
filler and
filler.
all that other stuff?
Lip filler? Lip filler?
Me?
No.
No.
Ever?
Any type
Lip
of
filler?
plastic
Never.
surgery or other than
Lip
boobs?
filler, lip filler.
Yeah.
I wear lipstick, but no lip filler.
Okay, eyelashes. I know I have fake eyelashes,
That's
but
cool.
like, see what I'm saying? That's why I rated
But you know,
myself.
if you ask,
But that's why I said
baby
2
girl.
and not 10. Do you see what I mean? Like I knew I tried to make myself look like a 10 right now.
All right, we have a message from Simba. Olga, I think I fell in love.